Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about massive news surrounding Hedera and CBDC development. So in a recent interview featuring the CEO at Mtech, Cadet went into detail where she described the need for CBDCs and how a number of developments, including the utility of Hedera, could be at the center of CBDC developments provided by Mtech. So the following clip features Cadet going into further detail in regards to the impact CBDCs could have for the overarching marketplace and what this will mean for Hedera.
We spent a lot of time looking at ISO 20022. And the way to think about it is HCS is really a message bus. And ISO 20022 really establishes some standard of messaging types or messages that you really need to capture in a payment transaction to make it understandable from one system to another. And this is a standard that not every bank and not every financial institution has adopted yet. Many are still going through the process of adopting. And what we see in HCS is ability to actually comply to that. You can configure your messages and the message types that you capture via HCS to be compliant to ISO 20022. So I know this is a question that comes up a lot. And the reason I don't think that Hedera particularly needs to think through making HCS ISO 20022 compliant is because it is at the application layer that you really need to make sure what the message types that you're gathering are compliant to that standard. And that's our approach to it. I'll give you an example. When you think about payments, especially cross-border payments, something that's always been embedded in that process is the concept of clearing and settlement. You know, what we've seen over the past 10, 20 years when it comes to token transfers and tokenization is really the settlement part. No clearing per se. The clearing happens off-chain, and the clearing sometimes happens in a very embedded way at the wallet level where, you know, someone gives you their wallet number. You trust that it's their wallet, and you go in or either Coinbase or any other platform, you enter the wallet number and you send the money. That's pure settlement. There's no clearing component. What we're looking at actually now, if we want to comply and capture the clearing component of a payment, which we believe will continue to be needed, is embedding that HCS component to the HTS transfer, the token transfer itself, and having that message bus capture the right data and the right messages for it to be compliant from one financial institution to the other, or from the sender to the receiver. And depending on what you have on the other side, if it is a HTS to HTS transfer, it's a very seamless kind of messaging system depending on what you put on your message bus and you attach to that settlement layer.
So the news surrounding the implementation and the utility of Hedera's network in CBDC developments and initiatives is all part of a campaign put forward by the Mtech team, including Cadet, where CBDCs are set to be offered to fintechs to enable central banks to safely deploy cash infrastructure, which will drive inclusion, interoperability and resilience to the overarching marketplace and for the overarching financial system. So the article actually went into detail and provided how CBDCs, especially CBDC initiatives provided by Mtech, will go about enabling the wide-scale utility of Web3 developments, which will improve the ability for fintechs to harness the benefits of CBDCs. So the article actually went into further detail where they detailed as to how the Mtech-driven CBDC initiative will be at the center of development surrounding the development of a central bank digital currencies, which will be widely accessible for a number of fintech organizations around the world if they choose to directly harness the innate qualities and benefits provided by CBDCs. So the article went into further detail in regards to how 93% of central banks are set to pilot or explore the utility of CBDCs. So the article actually went into further detail where they discussed the innate qualities and benefits CBDCs could bring to the overarching marketplace, where CBDCs will provide inclusivity, interoperability and resilience to the growing fintech ecosystem, which will be encompassed and will be directly associated with the utility of CBDC infrastructure. So it's estimated that $10 trillion of paper cash will be floating in the form of CBDC infrastructure, and this will go about improving the ability for a number of financial bodies, including fintechs, to directly harness the benefits CBDCs could bring especially in regards to improving the scalability, the interoperability, the timeliness in the adoption of transactions, and the ability for transactions to be a lot more seamless and more cost effective compared to traditional financial instruments and infrastructure. So it's extremely exciting as Mtech is at the forefront of CBDC protocols and developments around the world. And this organization directly harnesses the innate qualities and benefits provided by Hedera's consensus service, where Hedera's consensus service is at the center of Mtech's CBDC platform. So Mtech has chosen Hedera rather than other crypto and DLT innovations, most notably due to the innate qualities and benefits Hedera's network provides, most notably its scalability, its cost effectiveness, and its ability to validate a multitude of transactions at any given time. So this will be extremely necessitous and extremely attractive, and will go a long way in improving financial activities and the ability for actions involving financial execution to be enabled more rapidly and seamlessly. So not only is Mtech being at the center of developments involving CBDC protocol, Hedera is also at the center of another CBDC initiative, most notably in Australia, where the Reserve Bank of Australia is set to directly utilize Hedera's network for their CBDC pilot scheme, where the central bank or the Reserve Bank of Australia is set to collaborate with a number of financial institutions to directly harness and to directly incorporate the benefits of CBDCs, which again will be directly based and backed by the Hedera consensus service. So transactions authorized and validated by Hedera's network will enable CBDC actions to be authorized. And again, the relationship between CBDCs and Hedera will go about improving the scalability, the cost effectiveness, and the ability for a multitude of individuals to actively verify transactions at any given time. So extremely exciting, and it goes to show how effective and how attractive Hedera's network is in regards to the authorization and validation of CBDC transactions, and what this will mean for the overarching marketplace. In this example, the wider Australian marketplace. So the development involving CBDC developments and the CBDC pilot scheme within Australia is set to be at the centre in providing support to stablecoin initiatives and schemes within the wider Australian marketplace, where both stablecoins and CBDC infrastructure provided by the Reserve Bank of Australia will go a long way in improving the ability for financial actions to be authorised and validated at any given time across the wider Australian marketplace, where the utility of CBDCs coupled with stablecoins within Australia will be directly backed by Hedera's network. So similar to how Mtech is set to take on the benefits of Hedera's consensus service, the Reserve Bank of Australia has earmarked Hedera and sees the benefits Hedera provides in terms of, again, its speed, its scalability, and its security. So with the likes of Mtech, which is working with a number of central banks as we speak, including the Haitian Central Bank, and they've had some discussions with the Federal Reserve in regards to a US CBDC, coupled with the Reserve Bank of Australia already having a direct partnership with Hedera in regards to developing their very own Hedera-backed CBDC. This could be extremely exciting for the overarching Hedera ecosystem, where it's quite unlikely that the public Hedera consensus service will be directly harnessed in CBDC developments and protocols across wider marketplaces. In this example, Australia, the US, or Haiti. However, it's most likely that a private variant of Hedera's consensus service will be used in such initiatives and protocols. So even if a private variant of Hedera's consensus service is utilized into CBDC protocols and developments in the mentioned nations, this could be still quite bullish for HBAR token holders, as the push by a number of world-renowned organizations, as mentioned central banks, utilizing Hedera's network. So it may not necessarily directly impact the price of HBAR, but the mere factor that a number of world-renowned organizations are harnessing Hedera's network, this could attract more large organizations or even developers and individuals to take on the benefits of Hedera, and they may build their own platforms on Hedera rather than competitor DLT networks. So extremely exciting, and it goes to show how unique Hedera's network is and how Hedera puts itself ahead over other DLT networks on the marketplace, and what this will mean for not only Hedera but for the mentioned nations. So extremely exciting, and time will tell in regards to the impact Hedera's network could have on a number of economies and fintech organizations around the world. What are your thoughts on Hedera? Are you bullish on Mtech harnessing the benefits Hedera provides? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching, Crypto Clan. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.